Tref is 311, so the temperature reference is 311, and the concentration reference is 8.56. Save that. I'm going to have the transition is really similar to the start phase. It's also 311, and the concentration is 8.57, but the difference here is that we need the transition phase to happen in exactly 22 minutes. And we get sensor data every 30 seconds, so that means that we need to have a count of 22. Now, before I create the last scenario, scenarios are exactly what they sound like. And what they're doing is taking this expertise that you get from your expert operators. So when you're building agentic systems in Composabl, you want to involve your expert operators to understand the nuances of the processes that they're controlling and bring that into the AI system so that it can learn how to control these systems or devices, machines, as well as these operators. And you want to interview more than one operator because these are nuanced processes, and that operators might have slightly different ways that they control the system, but get similar outcomes. So you still get good outcomes, and you want to bake all of those scenarios, all of that knowledge into the process of training. You can think of it kind of like an airplane. When you take off, the pilot needs to know how to fly in snow, in really windy conditions, if there's ice, if there's rain. And so if you just train an agent on flying in the best weather, or not even taking weather into account, you're not going to have an agent system making good decisions. And this is where you explain all of those scenarios so that the agent can train on them. Then we're going to do produce. And produce has a different reference temperature, which is 373. And concentration. And 373 is the temperature that we want to maintain to produce product and get the best results, the highest yield, and the best quality. So now we'll drop these scenarios here, and we can connect them to each other. In most cases, our customers have at least 100 scenarios, and some of them can be trained independently. They don't rely on other parts of the scenarios, and some of them need to be connected to each other. The scenarios are a path. And so when the agent is trained on this, it needs to make sure that it goes to this next scenario to train. And if you connect them, then you can follow that path. And as I explained in our case, we got to start before we transition to go to produce product. And so we're going to connect these all together. So I'll go back to the agent. I'm going to start the reaction here for the first agent, transition scenario for the second, and produce scenario for the third. We can go here and train, 150 cycles again. 5 simulators, start training. So you can see here that we're 20 training cycles in. The agent started around this amount of reward. This is the reward curve. And then it quickly started learning. When it starts to flatten out, that means that it has learned something and it's just getting better. It's actually getting less reward here, so we'll want to see this come back up as the training continues.